Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art. Greetings, Harbingers. Welcome to Willie Esther, PewDiePie's favorite channel, your realm of personal development, stoicism, and cyber alchemy. This is a somewhat part 2 of the video I recorded recently in the abandoned house. I love that scenario, by the way, and here we are in my usual backup scenario because it's summer and I'm working a lot. I'm not having much time to go out hiking and pick like those great scenarios. So this is when I come back from leg day that I don't do cardio, so I have some 20-30 minutes to sneak in here and record a weekly video for this channel. So I'm rearranging things a little bit and soon I'll be back to different scenarios, but stick with me, the message is gonna be interesting. And please subscribe, give your thumbs up. It takes half a second, it's free, and you're helping me a lot. Thank you so very much. This channel is, well, allow me a digression here. We are going back to the main subject. I promise it's gonna be great. The coincidences in my dream walking journey continues, and I'm sharing here with you with real evidence. Well, I hope you believe me, but anyway, it is what it is. This is a very small channel. I've been on YouTube for a year now, delivering one video a week. I'm aware I'm not great with camera. I'm not great speaking to the camera. My English is not perfect, but I do my best. It's more like getting out of the comfort zone to me. And this helps me. It's like therapy, sprouting out the ideas off of my head and sharing here on the internet. Honestly, I don't have any expectations for this channel to grow significantly, nor do I expect to, I'm being really honest here, an audience that shares the same values as I do, that we have something in common enough to build a community or something, but it is what it is. I'm doing this for myself, to quote Walter White, except, I'm not committing any crimes, right? So let's go to the video subject. In that video, I said I had this dream, lucid dreaming with sleep paralysis, with false awakening, and then lucid dreaming. I was having a dream, I had sleep paralysis, some creature, you know, I've had this repeatedly before in the past. I'm either paralyzed, I can't move, and sometimes I feel that something is dragging me from my feet around in the floor or like twirling me in the air like this. And sometimes I'm paralyzed, and sometimes I awake, but I'm in another scenario, normally a back room, and there are these NPCs and I can interact with them, asking relevant questions. For example, what's your name? Where is this place? What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? What day is it? What time is it? So these are interesting questions. Staring at one's hand, staring at your hands while you're lucid dreaming, feeling the spessure, the thickness of wall. You can find out that they might be hollow, it's wooden, it's plastic. Lots of different textures that helps you recharge your awareness in the dream and maybe buy you more time. And then I've come to a point that I become aware that my time is running out. So I have to try to find these black swan events, uncovering this secret informations that lies there in that dream world ASAP before I actually wake up. Anyway, in the afternoon, actually, I had that dream in which I read the folder message in German, which translates somewhat like Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art or in art. I googled the translation and it returned me I'm gonna show you the print here, returned me an article about the functioning of the prefrontal cortex. I googled Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art or in the art, and it returned me this article, and it's like an extended scientific article that talks about the functioning of the prefrontal cortex and your belief archives in your brain and how does that develop as you grow older, something like that. I'm not an expert, of course. Nevertheless, the interesting part was the very date that article was published. The date was, I swear to God, 5/9/2017. May 9/2017. To prove you that I'm not joking you, like I said, I'm gonna leave the print right here. And a few months back, I had another dream whose title is Fighting Lucifer in a back room or something like that. It was the same pattern. I was in a back room. I had this video here in this channel. I'll show you this exact part I meant. And I asked a blonde woman that I found that dream, what day it was and everything. And she gave me May 9, 2017. That's the date of the dream. And the date of the article was 5 September 2017. So in the American format, the month comes first, and in the rest of the world, of course, day, month, and year. When I looked at that date, when I searched it, Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art. When I looked at the date, I instantly remembered the date that woman told me in that other dream. So, is that like a coincidence? She gave me the American format, and the article had the world format, so it's just inverted, but it's 5/9/2017. So you can read the article 5 September 2017 and the dream September 5, 2017. So it's just the month inverted, coincidence or not. Anyway, I remember that instantly. And in that very video that I described the dream, she gave me also the time, and I mentioned that in that dream, 9:20 a.m. May 9, 2017. I am sure about the month. It was May. The year was definitely 2017, and the day was like 9 or 12. I don't remember, but in the time was 9:20 in the morning. So 9:20 a.m. May 9, 2017. So I had that dream with the fighting Lucifer with the back room before, and I interacted with this woman. A few months later, God, this is gonna be confusing. So just bear with me here, okay? A few months later, I have this dream, and I received this message. Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art. I googled that, and it returns me an article with date from 5 September 2017, 5/9/2017. And okay, the very next day I go to the gym, and again, believe me, don't believe me, I check in, and I never looked at the time I checked in. I have to check in with my mobile and like the QR code. And when I checked in, I looked at my mobile, and I don't know why. I just looked at the time, 9:20 a.m. the very next day. So the date match if you disconsider month and day and just follow the number 5/9/2017, 9:20 a.m. the information that the girl gave me in that other dream. The very next day, after making this research and find the date coincidence, I check in the gym, 9:20 a.m. It doesn't stop here. The very next day, Friday, I go out to dinner as usual. I record a video here called Raise Your Glass to No One and Everyone, in which I visit a random restaurant here in the city. And it was one of those Fridays. I just went out, I went to a bar here, had a glass of wine, and then I left, and okay, now it's time to pick a restaurant. And I went to a street in the city I've never been before, or I don't remember being there at all. So I went like straight in the street, and as I was walking, there was a, how do you say it, a volleyball, a football field, like a sporting field in squares, like in these places in the city, in which you can practice sports and all. When I look at the other side of the block, there is this physiotherapy consultancy Axis. The name of the establishment, it was a physio for those with like problem in the back and all, with posture. But the name of the place was Axis. I don't ever remember passing through this place here in the city, Axis. I was like, holy mother of God. Another coincidence. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All of that happened within 48 hours. So just to recapitulate, the first dream, fighting Lucifer in the back room. I was in a back room. I met this woman. I asked her the date, 5/9/2017, 9:20 a.m. And then I tell her, you are just a character in this dream. You are going to disappear as soon as the dream is over. And she said, so will you. And then I explode like Cell in Gohan's fight against Cell. And then I wake up in a scenario, looks like a Pixar movie, and a figure like Lucifer from the Saint Seiya movie starts to fighting me, and I start to fight all along, and that's how the dream goes until I wake up. But the interaction with the woman is interesting. A few months later, I have another dream, sleep paralysis, false awakening, and a hidden message in a folder. Doctrine Awakening is activated in the axis through art. I googled that the next day, and it returns me an article about the prefrontal cortex, but the date, 5/9/2017. I go to the gym the next day, check in at exactly 9:20 a.m. The next day, I go out to dinner, and I go to a place I've never been in the city, and I found this physio something axis. So, what does that all mean? Are we connected with a greater consciousness that somewhat pairs with our unconscious, and we kind of don't have access unless we are out of our logical mental wave state of mind? So when you are asleep and you experience these super phenomenons such as lucid dreaming and everything, do we have access to this great consciousness that we are all made of, maybe? So what's that all about? You know, I'm curious. I'll continue digging into this investigation, and if you suffer from that, I encourage you to do the same. We are chasing black swans here, unexpected events that could unleash us towards the gates to omniscience and maybe uncover Iliaster, the Philosopher's Stone, which allows ones to design their own universe from the very palm of their hands. I'm very excited about these things, and let me know your thoughts. I'll just leave the images here and all the proofs of what I'm talking about. And who knows, let's continue on this journey. It's getting interesting. Just for context, I had another dream in which I was in a back room. It was like an office, very beautiful with gray carpet, but everything was red, like Ferrari red or something. And there was lots of plants in the tables. The tables was made of wood, and it was a fancy place. Looks like a luxury company. And I was desperately asking the characters, where is this place? Where are we? What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? And at some point, the people, there are lots of people, but mostly young men in their 20s and older women in their 40s. And one of the women, I think she was the boss there, she stared at me and told me something like this: "You're not from here, are you?" And the other thing I noticed is that they were staring at me, but I wasn't somewhat a stranger to them. I felt that I was like a visitor, and they were kind of used to receive these kinds of visits. And when I asked that question, what's the one truth you are not supposed to know, I had some reactions. They started to laugh. One woman told one of those young men to give me the information right in a piece of paper, and he was like in a bad mood, like unwilling, but he took like a piece of paper and he wrote simply ABC CCC. But the way he wrote the letter C, I don't know, there was something like risks above and below the letter C, and it looked like a spaceship or something. ABC CCC. And they mentioned something like the Galaxy North District or something. So I'm wondering, I'm truly wondering, and call me crazy, I don't care, are we tapping into another dimension, or places that actually humans exist, another planets or whatever? But the way she said, "You are not from here, are you?" She said with so much conviction, yet they are not scandalized by someone different wandering there. They were kind of used to, like every now and then we receive some visitors here. I'll continue to share these experiences here with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next video, Dreamwalkers. El Psy Congru.